Hi, everybody. It's about 2:05, so I'm thinking I should go ahead and start, just so I don't take up a lot of your time. So, if you just joined, my name is Eileen Avila, and I'm the West Business Development Manager for the Ghirardelli Chocolate Company Food Service Division. And I just first off wanted to thank you all for taking the time to join me on this webinar, and also thank you to Karat and Lollicup for hosting this. So I really appreciate your time and taking your time out of your day to participate. So thank you guys and welcome. So I hope you guys get some inspiration and some good ideas in the upcoming recipes that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. So real quick, I'm going to do a little screen sharing here, give you a little bit of information about our company. If you guys just joined, if you guys are interested in asking a question, feel free to submit it on the Q&A and I'll do my best to answer it, okay? So anyways, here we go. Thanks for joining. Okay, so alrighty, so Ghirardelli Chocolate Company is a company that was founded in 1852 here in the lovely San Francisco Bay Area in the state of California. So for those of you who aren't that familiar with Ghirardelli, which I'm most certain that most of you are, but if you're not, yeah, we're founded in 1852 in the Bay by a gentleman by the name of Domingo Ghirardelli. He was an Italian immigrant. He actually was living in Uruguay at the time, and a friend of his in the States convinced him to move here and cash in on the gold rush. And when he did actually move, him and his family to the Bay Area, he actually ended up not becoming a gold miner. He actually noticed that there was a demand for goods to be sold to the gold miners. And so that's kind of how he started with his retail business. He originally opened up a general store. And because he had a confectionery background, it eventually morphed into a chocolate company, and that's how Ghirardelli Chocolate Company was born. It used to be years ago in the Ghirardelli Square. Our corporate office is actually no longer there. We're actually in San Leandro, which is about half an hour or 40 minutes east of San Francisco in the beautiful East Bay Area. But we do have our flagship Sundae and chocolate shops still at the Ghirardelli Square. And if you've been to the Bay Area or San Francisco, you'll still see the iconic Ghirardelli, the lit up Ghirardelli sign there to this day. Yeah, so fun fact, we're actually America's longest continuously operating chocolate manufacturer. So we never stopped. That's pretty much what that means. We've always been open for business since 1852, and that's 169 years old. So we're 169 years old. So we've been through a lot, and we built up a reputation and become a quote unquote love brand, in my opinion, in the food industry. And so we're really proud of that. Alrighty, so this slide right here just kind of gives you some data as far as our brand awareness. We have quite a few people that know about us. This indicates that basically most people know about us. 91%. There's only an 8% of people that don't know who we are, and I can vouch for that personally, because when people ask me where I work, at anywhere I go, they they right off the bat know what it is, and they always ask me if I have chocolate in my pocket. But unfortunately, I don't have chocolate in my pocket all the time because it does have the tendency to melt. Okay. And because we are so well known and we've been around for a really long time, um, when consumers taste our products, taste products made with Ghirardelli, it's, it makes sense that have a response. They have an excellent response to it. As specifically, I pulled up some data specifically in the beverage segment. As you can see right here, most of the consumers responded excellent, over 50%, with the exception of the smoothie, which is only 8% less than 50%. But yeah, most consumers responded as Ghirardelli tasting excellent over unbranded products. So, and we feel really good about that because we do our best to provide quality products. And with that, because they do respond in an excellent way when they taste our products, they definitely have an overwhelmingly positive experience. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 87% of consumers that have experienced Ghirardelli products are overwhelmingly positive, and they scale it. They rate us at a high scale between 8 and 10. All right, so because we strive to maintain that reputation, we continue to produce products that we feel that would be a good fit for businesses. So our food service division, we don't focus on the squares and bars and the Sunday shops, the retail stores that you see out there in the world. We're more focused on the food service side, which you guys are all aware of because of you being a business owner, either in the specialty coffee space or ice cream or bakery or restaurant. But yeah, so we focus on the food service division. And so part of our line consists of frappe mixes. And so I'm going to be talking about frappe mixes today. And just a little tidbit about our frappe mixes. They're easy to use. You can use them to create a frappe, a smoothie, or a milkshake. And frappes are really popular during the warmer months, actually throughout the year, really. But I want to focus on them for this segment, for this webinar, because we're going into the warmer months, and who doesn't love a slushy frozen blended drink during the hot summer, right? So we'll be focusing on that. And so frappes, so there's a wide variety of uses, but generally refers to any beverage that is iced or chilled. 80% of people know it out there. Thank you, Starbucks, for creating that demand. They were the first ones really to put it out there in the mass market, and they have made it so famous worldwide. And so and that's part of the reason why frappes are really popular. 54% have tried it, and 42% love it or like it. And they're on 1.6% of menus nationally, and it's increased 22% since 2016. Historic menu penetration, since 2010, it's increased 15%. The 3.5% by restaurant type, that percentage is actually the casual in between quick service restaurant and mid-scale. So it's more fast casual dining, and that includes the specialty coffee segment. So it's a pretty popular type of drink to serve in that segment. And this is focused on the coffee bakery. So it just lets you know that just specifically the coffee and bakery segment, the historic menu penetration is 11.8%. And within the last 5 years, 81% growth. So that's really important to point out. And what type of menus are the frappes found on? It's American, mostly American, which is the specialty coffee segment here. As far as applications are concerned, premium iced coffee, blended drink, cocktail mixed drink, premium coffee, and frozen treat. Those are the top applications used for frappes, and paired flavors. So mocha, caramel, vanilla, chocolate. Those are the top four, and with caramel and vanilla being a tie for second. And vanilla is the one flavor that I'm actually going to be focusing on today because vanilla is so versatile. You could use it for anything, and we have a really good vanilla base that I'd love for you guys to try someday if you haven't tried it already. All righty. And so I wanted to bring up this slide because it kind of gives you a general idea of like who loves it. And this circle on the right, it kind of lets you know, it kind of tells you like the general public loves frappes. I mean, like I said, who do you know doesn't really like a blended drink, and they're so fun to drink and they're refreshing, and they also can be a dessert or something just to help cool off in the hot summer. Alrighty, so I just wanted to introduce the different frappes that we have. Starting off with the ones that don't have coffee. We actually have a total of 7. The ones with no coffee are the chocolate, frozen hot cocoa, dark chocolate chip, which are all chocolate based. The differences between the two is chocolate flavored is kind of like a lighter a milk chocolate, and then frozen hot cocoa is a little bit more intense chocolate, and then the dark chocolate chip is an intense chocolate with chips in it. The classic white is similar to our sweet ground white chocolate powder, but in a frappe form, so it emulsifies better. And then we also have our vanilla in the no coffee added line. And vanilla is more like a ice cream base powder. So it'll give you a more creamy vanilla ice cream flavor and texture, almost like a milkshake. And then we have our 2 items that are the mocha and white mocha, which already have the coffee added, and one's chocolate, which is the mocha, and then white mocha, which is white chocolate. And you could use any of these products really, you could use alone and in a drink, just using the powder itself. But and of course, a lot of our customers use it to use it as a base, so they can add their own flavors. So it's totally up to you. So they're really versatile. Alrighty, so just real quick, all the frappes have an 18-month shelf life. The 2 flavors that are available in a 3-pound, 2-ounce can or 10-ounce bulk box are this chocolate flavor and the classic white. And then we have our mocha and white mocha, and they're only available in the 3-pound, 2-ounce cans, along with the dark chocolate chip and the vanilla, and then the frozen hot chocolate as well. So real quick, I wanted to kind of let you guys know, I wanted to point this out. We actually have can you repeat the difference between classic white and vanilla powders? Oh, yes. So classic white, oh, that's a good question too. Okay, so can you repeat the difference between classic white and vanilla powders? So classic white is actually more of a white chocolate flavor. It has a little bit of vanilla in it, but the vanilla isn't as intense. So it's more of, I'd say, a little bit more a neutral sweet base versus the vanilla powder. The vanilla powder actually has the Madagascar vanilla beans, has a more intense vanilla flavor, and it also has when you blend it, it has kind of like a more like ice cream texture, I guess you could say. So that's the 2. So if you're gonna use one or the other to flavor any flavor as a base for a menu item, just think of vanilla powder being, if you want an intense vanilla flavor in your drink, then I would go for the vanilla powder. But if you just want something to help um, cut back like any like acidity and you don't want a vanilla flavor, I would just use like the classic white. So, but you could use them interchangeably. It just depends on your flavor preference. If you actually want to try them side by side, I can certainly send you guys samples to do that. Just let Lollicup know, give me your information, and then I can certainly provide that. And I hope I answered that question. So will you be rolling out the 10-pound in vanilla? So that's another good question. We have been in discussions with that, but we're not sure. So we are getting more of a demand for it. So I'm hoping in the future we do, because a lot of people really, really love it. And I personally love it too. And so I think it makes sense to roll out a 10-pound. But it sounds like you probably currently use it. Is that correct, Monica? But yeah, I'll keep Lollicup posted as far as if and when that happens. But yeah, we are definitely discussing that. Okay. All righty. So because we have, as I mentioned, we have a really high brand. Oh, what's that? I think we can start now. Yes, but for price, the 10-pound would be better. Yes. Yes, that is true, Monica. Yeah, no, I totally agree. That's part of the reasons why my counterparts and I are actually trying to push for a 10-pound pack size, because yeah, the pricing would be better for sure per pound. So I'm hoping we'll definitely keep you posted on that. Absolutely. Thanks for asking and using the vanilla powder, by the way. All righty. Okay, so the Made with Ghirardelli program, because we have such a large brand awareness within the country, and I think we're kind of well known globally, which I'm really happy about. Which it's hard to do when you start a business, right? To have a brand that's really well known. And Ghirardelli has actually, because we've been around for so long, we've kind of built this reputation globally as a premium brand. So with that said, I'm going to talk about our Made with Ghirardelli program. So a Made with Ghirardelli program is a complimentary branding program for businesses that allow you as a business to menu mention a drink or bakery product that is made with Ghirardelli using either this little logo right here, made with Ghirardelli quality, and we also have other logos that I can share if you guys want more details. But yeah, it helps you. So the Made with Ghirardelli program actually helps brand and highlight specific menu items that you guys want to call out that's made with Ghirardelli. If you guys already use Ghirardelli, I highly, highly suggest it. If you guys have a chance in the future, if you guys are coming up with a future menu revamp and you already use Ghirardelli, you might as well take advantage of it. I could totally, if you guys want more details, if you guys want any support on that, I can certainly talk to you about that. I do share ideas with customers as far as how to brand specific menu items made with Ghirardelli to help increase your sales for those menu items. It's definitely a great way to draw the customer in to any specific product that you want your sales increased. It's kind of one of those eye magnets, I guess you could call. That's the term, eye magnet. It's just your eyes are automatically drawn to certain things that are highlighted, and this is kind of one of the things that you can do to do that. And yeah, so we do currently work with customers all across the country, and this this slide shows that there has been a 74% increase in menu mentions in the past 4 years of Ghirardelli made products. And like I said, why not? You might as well, especially if you're going to go through a menu revamp. Or even if you do an LTO, and it's so easy to create an LTO, post on your digital or email blast. It's totally worth looking into if you want to try to promote a drink menu item and say that it's Ghirardelli made. Especially if it's like a chocolate type product or anything with chocolate in it, I would definitely suggest it. And so because we have been promoting the Made with Ghirardelli program throughout the years, especially within the last few years, there's been an increase in menu mentions. But like I said, you know, if it's free, you might as well take advantage of it, especially if you're using Ghirardelli already. Okay, and so how is it used? So the Made with Ghirardelli program is prominently used, which makes sense, either in a sundae or brownie, which is the top two choices, because we have a sundae shop. Brownies, because we have the really popular brownie mix in the grocery stores that you probably already all have tried, and hopefully you guys have tried a sundae too. But premium iced coffee is below there, and breakfast like chocolate chip pancakes, chocolate chip, you know, cookies, or you know, any kind of breakfast lunch item. Chocolate chip cookies for lunch bags, frozen treats. So anyways, there's a variety of different ways that you could use the Made with. There are certain parameters that we need to you need to adhere by, but I can certainly work with you guys on that. It's really not that complicated. It's not as complicated as it would seem. Because I've been working for the company for like over 8 years. So I can certainly guide you guys in the right direction as far as how to create marketing pieces incorporating the Made with Ghirardelli program. So basically this slide is just stating, you know, might as well put it to work, you know, drive the sales growth by enhancing the appeal and taste of your menu offerings, and by using the Made with Ghirardelli logo or menu mention. Why not? So this is kind of just a brief rundown of what is required in order to execute a Made with. We need a 2-page agreement signed, basically stating you're not going to use any competitive ingredients. You're only going to use Ghirardelli if you know, and if you use a competitive agreement, you know, you can't use our name. We have to approve it before you roll it out, and just kind of gives you a general idea of like how, you know, how we partner and what type of Made with Ghirardelli POS signage that you can use. And that's the font, and then frappe recipes. So anyways, that's it for my presentation as far as the PowerPoint is concerned. But did you guys have any questions at this point as far as our products are concerned, or the Made with Ghirardelli program, or anything? Feel free. Feel free to ask questions throughout. So anyways, I'm going to start by stop sharing. I'm going to do about 7 recipes, by the way. Oh, whoops. Okay, can you guys see me okay? All righty, cool.
Yes,
so you can see me? Okay, great. So I'm going to create 7 recipes for you. And like I said, I'm going to use the vanilla frappe. If you guys haven't used it yet, which sounds like Monica has, it's really good. It's a great base. And hopefully we come out with a 10-pound pack size. But yeah, I just thought, you know, I know we're known for chocolate, but I just thought vanilla would be really fun to work with, because it's something that's not typical of, you know, not something that we're not really known for, but I just think it's such a great product. So we're going to make some frappes with it. And the first one's going to be the vanilla bean Java frappe. And so I'm going to grab this. So all these yield 16 ounces. And at the end of this webinar, Lollicup will be able to provide you with the recipes and, you know, all the information in the presentation. Okay, so vanilla bean Java frappe. We're going to take 7 ounces. of ice, 5 ounces of coffee first. I like to put my liquids into the blender first, so the powder has something to float on when you blend it. So we'll get 3.5 ounces of the vanilla base. Okay. And then 7 ounces of ice. So 7 ounces is about the size of your 16-ounce cup. Okay. And you stick it in there in the blender, and you whiz it on up. Okay. I like to put it, so I have a blender that's set for different speeds. So I like to put it on medium smoothie, and it blends it for about 25 seconds. But you could probably get away with blending it for less. And while that's going, I am going to scoop the next one, get ice for the next one. Okay. All righty. So we've got a vanilla Java frappe. Super easy. And then you just put some whipped cream on it. And then that's it. So there's one. So that's all you do. Like you have cold coffee, any kind of cold brew, nitro coffee, you know, even seltzer coffee, totally easy to make. So that's one drink. We'll put it there. And the next drink, we're gonna do an affogato frappe. So it's kind of like a different take on the affogato. Instead of using a scoop of ice cream, which most specialty coffee places don't have, we're gonna use the vanilla frappe because it's basically a vanilla ice cream milkshake in powder form. So we're gonna do a deconstructed version of it, or well, not necessarily deconstructed, just a different version of it. So we're gonna do 5 ounces of milk. And we're gonna get some vanilla base, ice. So no coffee in here. We're gonna add it at the end. So it has that cool swirly effect, different colors. So again, I like to run it for 25 seconds. While that's going, you do another one. Okay. Probably could have used a little bit more milk in here. May have put too much ice. That's the beauty of these frappe mixes. You could just add a little bit more liquid if it's too thick, right? So. Alrighty, so you want it a little bit thicker than a normal drink because we're gonna pour the espresso on it. So this is a little bit thick. Oh, okay. And then you put your shot of espresso on it. Oops. Alrighty, and so you have your affogato frappe, which is super fun. I think it looks really cool. It's got, 2 different colors going on. So, and then it's got like, extra concentrated spurts of espresso. So it's not, and then, your customer can mix it themselves if they want more, want it more want it more mixed in, but it's super cool. See, can you guys tell? All righty. So the next one is, I'm gonna do a root beer shake. So it's the frappe's take on a root beer float, because vanilla is such a, our vanilla frappes are like ice cream, except you don't need a freezer, which is great, right? So I am using root beer, and I'm gonna make a root beer shake. So I guess you could call it a root beer freeze. I used to work at Dairy Queen Orange Julius back in the day, and they used to call the sodas that you blend with ice cream freezes. So this is gonna be my version of a root beer freeze. So we put root beer, we put about 3.5 ounces of vanilla, 3 to 3.5 ounces. So it's really up to your, your taste, but I like to go 3 to 3.5. So, but totally up to you. So put 7 ounces of ice, and here we go blending. Then again, 25 seconds. And like the cool thing I like about using soda, and you don't even have to use soda, like flavored soda. You could probably use like soda water. It just kind of gives like a cool fizzy flavor. Alrighty, so we've got the root beer, do a little whipped cream, and then you've got a root beer freeze, ice cream in a drink, and you don't even need a freezer, which is great. Alrighty, so I'm gonna empty this out because I have a little bit more than, okay. Alrighty, so the next one is, ooh, this one's probably one of my favorites out of all the recipes that I'm showing you, only because I really love cookie butter. So I don't know how many of you guys love it too, but this is an amazing recipe if you want to make cookie butter, if you want to incorporate cookie butter in it. So this is a sea salt caramel cookie butter frappe. Alrighty, so we are going to use 5 ounces of milk. Okay. 0.5 ounces of cookie butter. So you could use any cookie butter you want. You could probably use syrup. I haven't tried that yet, but I have been using regular cookie butter and it's amazing. So I like to just use, this is a 1/4 ounce scoop. I just, plop it in there. Just use 2 scoops, which is a 1/2 ounce. Whoa. And then 3 ounces of vanilla base. Oh, we want to use 2 ounces of espresso too. There's 2 ounces. And ice. So this is like I don't put any sea salt caramel in there because I'm going to line the cup and top it with the sea salt caramel sauce. So the combination flavors of vanilla, espresso, cookie butter, sea salt caramel sauce. It's just such a great combination. And I highly suggest it. I highly suggest highlighting it, only because I love cookie butter. I'm crazy for it. It goes really well with our vanilla. powder base. Alrighty, so I'm gonna line the cup with our sea salt caramel sauce, actually this one, our sea salt caramel sauce. If you guys haven't tried this, it's really good. Alrighty, so I line the cup. So good. I think you guys won't be disappointed when you try this. I think I may have put a little bit too much liquid, but we can fix that later. And then so let's see, let me pop it. A little vanilla, sea salt caramel sauce. Then we've got the sea salt caramel cookie butter frappe. It is seriously so good. Oh, it's so good. Yes, I will you have to try it. It is seriously so good. Okay, so next I'm going to make a confetti cupcake shake. So this is another easy recipe, super fun, great for kids. And basically it's our vanilla frappe with sprinkles in it and some crushed vanilla cookies. Actually, I'm gonna, hold on one sec, I gotta grab more ice. Give me 1 sec. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so yeah, like I said, the confetti cupcake shake is just basically our vanilla frappe with sprinkles in it. So it's super fun for the kids. So let's grab our scoop, grab our milk. You could even do this, like really though, like if you want to use, I don't know, oops, I need to make sure this is 5 ounces. Okay, yeah, that's good. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. You could even use like actual like circus animal cookies if you want, you know. I'm gonna throw in just a couple vanilla wafers, just because. Why not? Put some of this in there. I like to add the sprinkles towards the end so the blender doesn't totally pulverize it. So we'll just whiz this up real quick, and then we'll add the sprinkles at the end. All right. 25 seconds. I'm gonna crush a couple of these up too for decoration. All right, so we got that. Throw the sprinkles in there last minute. So quick. All righty. Good. Oh, I didn't add enough milk. Thought it wasn't going to be a little bit thick. Let's add a little bit more just to get it just the right consistency and thickness. All right. Oh, that's still thick, but that's okay. And I kind of like it a little bit thinner. So I'm going to throw just a little bit milk in there. Maybe throw a little bit more sprinkles in there because it's, why not? Okay. Okay. Let's see here. I'll just whiz it up for like 3 seconds. There we go. That should be good. Perfect. Okay. All righty. Put this back in there. We got cookies. We've got sprinkles. We've got vanilla ice cream base. Vanilla cookies on top. And we've got some more sprinkles. So this is just fun. So there's the, you can see. And I see your questions. I'm gonna get over there right now. Let me see here. I'm gonna make, actually I'll answer your questions really fast. So I can do that. Okay. Put this back on. Put this away. Okay, let me see your question. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make the next one and then I'll answer your questions while it's whizzing up. Okay, so the next one, I don't know if you guys have heard of banoffee. Do you guys remember banoffee pie or banoffee pudding? Or yeah, so basically banoffee is banana and toffee. So it's and like whipped cream. That's what the pie consists of. So I'm making a frappe version of that. So and what that entails is banana, our sea salt caramel sauce, vanilla powder, ice, and milk. So we've got milk, I'm going to use half of a banana. So we'll use half of a banana here. A fun way to use up bananas. The vanilla powder base, 3 ounces of that. Okay. Get 7 ounces of ice. Okay. And again, with the sea salt caramel sauce, I'm not going to add it into the drink, but you certainly can if you want. I'm going to just line the drink and drizzle it on top. So, you know, so their customers have a little taste of sea salt caramel sauce along with the banana vanilla shake-like drink. Alrighty. So while that's whizzing up, I'm going to look at your questions. Let's see here. Not a question, but these drinks look amazing. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I hope you guys get a chance to make them. They're super fun. I had a really fun time putting them together for you guys. And I hope it really inspires you guys. Thank you. Oh, yes. Need to try yes. Need to try the recipe for sure. I would love for you guys to. So again, banoffee. So banana toffee. And essentially you could actually, if you want, you could add espresso. Why not? I mean, Espresso kind of goes with everything, right? So here we go again. Sea salt caramel sauce. Okay. And you know what? If you want, you could even line the bottom. Why not? You know? This is a nice, great banana smoothie or banana shake, whatever you want to call it, banana chiller, you know. Whipped cream. Oops. Sea salt caramel sauce. And here is your banoffee frappe. So super simple. I feel like it's on trend. You get a fruit in there. You got your banana. You got your potassium, and you've got it's like an indulgent treat, and you know, has some health benefits at the same time. Banana, right? So banoffee. So that's delish. Okay. And then I have one last recipe, and then I am all yours for any Q&A if you wish. I'm going to put this in here. Okay, so the last recipe, I'm going to incorporate a banana as well, only because I had that, you know, I've had the other half and I just thought, hey, why not? I'm going to make another banana frappe. So I'm going to make a bancho chip. And so what a bancho chip is I'm sure you can guess, banana chocolate chip frappe. So this is another fun one. Basically, it's a banana banana chocolate chip frappe. And I line the cup with chocolate, and then I drizzle it on top of the whipped cream. So it's super, super good. So it's almost kind of like a pie, I guess. You know, if you know, combination of chocolate chips and bananas, super good. All righty. So we are going to take 5 ounces of milk, half of a banana, the other half, and as you know, the riper the banana, the sweeter it is. But totally up to you how ripe you guys want it. And then I take a tablespoon of chocolate chips. Any chocolate chips will do. I happen to have, you know, the 600 count semi-sweet chocolate chips. And then take 7 ounces of ice. It's whizzing on its own. All right, 7 ounces of ice. Put it in the blender. Oh no, not that. Okay, 25 seconds. And while that's going, I'm going to line the drink with chocolate sauce. Alrighty. Then I'm going to get my whipped cream ready. It's a little dense. So I'm going to just add a little bit more milk to thin it out a little bit more. So, see here. 3 seconds on pulse. All right, cool. Probably could have added a little bit more milk, but you know, kind of going fast. All righty. Whipped cream. And you've got your chocolate. All righty. And here is your Boncho chip frappe. So again, banana, chocolate chip, chocolate chips, vanilla, frappe mix, some chocolate sauce, and whipped cream. And yeah, so that is it as far as all the recipes I wanted to share with you guys. I mean, I could go on, but I don't want to take up a lot of your guys' time. But if you guys are interested in more recipes, I would be more than happy to share additional recipes that we have in our little vault, recipe vault. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me and participating in the webinar. I really appreciate it. And yeah, just now I am open for any questions. If you guys have any, I'm more than happy to answer them. Let's see, let's look at the Q&A. Oh, I see, okay. What is the brand of your blender? It is a Blendtec. So it's a Blendtec blender. It's actually very quiet. So it's a great blender, and it has the little different settings. You can actually go back and forth, prompt it to go either like a slide control. See that? It actually, if you leave your finger on it, it's like touch screen. Or you can do the actual different settings where, you know, has small smoothie, medium smoothie. So you can essentially create your own custom settings in this, which is great. So yeah, Blendtec. And then is the model. The model is what is it? It's a Stealth 875. So it's a Blendtec Stealth 875. So if you remember that. And then is the shelf life still 18 months if it's been opened? Yes. So the shelf life is 18 months from when it's opened. Yes. Or actually 18 months total. So depending on when you get it, and you know, will determine when the shelf life is, because sometimes, you know, you'll get product that's not necessarily, it may be less than 18 months. But usually if you're a coffee, especially coffee business, you go through frappe mixes fairly quickly. And if, you know, at least within a few weeks or so. But yeah, you'd have to check on the best by date, but the total shelf life from the date of production is 18 months. But like I said, you know, sometimes if you do get it, it could be, it's most likely, it may probably last like maybe a year or 6 months, or sometimes they're 3 months, but you know, it's still good. It's still just as good. And the best by date isn't necessarily, if it goes past the best by date, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's rotten or bad for you anymore. It's just not, it just doesn't operate at its optimum, you know, optimum level, and the flavor isn't the most optimal. So, you know, but typically if you're a business that goes through, you know, you probably go through a lot of drinks, and you probably go through one of these in like in a week or even a day, you know, or but yeah. And then what's another question? Hope that answered it. Is a caramel sauce flavor strong enough to come through if it was blended? If so, how much would you recommend adding for a caramel flavored drink? I would recommend adding, because, you know, it depends on what kind of drink you're making too, what kind of blended drink you're making. As far as making it with the vanilla powder, it's going to compete a little bit with the vanilla flavor, right? Along with milk is not really that flavorful, but yeah. So I would say if you're going to include it in a drink, I'd probably do 2 ounces. But honestly, like, I like to add it like at the bottom of the cup and then line it and top it, only because, you know, once someone sticks their straw in there, or if someone isn't using a straw and they begin to sip the drink, they immediately get that sea salt or the caramel flavor in their mouths. And so it kind of doesn't go away once they begin drinking it. It kind of lingers. And so a more, probably a more decorative and cost effective way is putting some on the bottom, lining it a little bit, and then drizzling it on top so they get flavors throughout the whole drink. It's like punches of flavor throughout the whole drink. And it also looks cool. And then, is it dairy? Yes. So our frappe mixes are all dairy based, including the vanilla. Um, we are in the process of, we are discussing non-dairy options at this point, and I'll definitely keep you guys posted as far as if that's something that we'll be rolling out, because I do know that non-dairy is a very popular drink option for many, especially with the plant-based oat milk, plant-based milks like oat milk, almond milk, coconut milk, rice milk, every milk besides regular dairy milk. It's been huge right now. So that's part of the reason why we're in discussions with that. But I'll definitely let you guys know as far as if we do roll out with dairy. But to answer your question, we don't have any frappes that are not dairy based. So they're all dairy based. Okay. And then let me see if I have any more questions. Okay, cool. Okay, so I don't see any more questions, but if you guys have any more questions, feel free to let me know. I'll be hanging out for a little bit. Oh, it's already 3. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. Okay, thank you guys. Well, it's already 3 and I apologize for going a little bit over, but thank you all for joining me on this webinar. And if you guys have any questions about Ghirardelli products, feel free to reach out to your Lollicup rep and let them know what you'd like, what you're interested in, and I'm more than happy to help you guys. All right, thank you guys and have a great day.